So let's get into it. Blue, Damage, you were at Rolling Loud. You know Dababy has been under attack for some comments that he made during his performance. I don't know if you saw it. For those of you that may have missed it, let's go ahead and play that for you right here.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air. Let's be real about this. Yeah, keep it real. Some of y'all suspect as a mom. Let's be real.
Now, Damage, were you there during this performance?
Yep. And I want to take a quick step back. This is happening right after Megan Thee Stallion went off stage and he brought out Tory Lanez as his special guest feature to be on that Rolling Loud main stage. And then we hear this announcement right here where he's talking about, if you don't got HIV or any sexually transmitted diseases or whatever, put your cell phone up in the air. And I was just sitting there on the side in the VIP just kind of confused, like, okay.
Well, what were people's reactions? What were people's reactions in the audience? I mean, what were people saying?
It was very quiet, Jason. Honestly, people were just confused on what the hell kind of call and response he was trying to do. A lot of people just didn't respond at all. Even when he brought Tory Lanez, some people I think in the front that was raging and turning up regardless of what was happening. But a lot of people where I was at in the VIP was just kind of strangely watching it and just didn't really understand where he was going with it. As you see, he turned his back to the crowd when he did it. I feel like he wasn't even confident in what he was trying to say. So a lot of people wasn't rocking with it.
So, Blue, you watched this on social media roll out. What did you think?
I think it was damaging. I think it was reckless. I think it was hurtful. We already know that people have a lot of stigma that they still in 2021 have around HIV and AIDS. And to have somebody use such a huge platform in front of so many people to just randomly call out that community, which, by the way, isn't all gay. But here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with being gay or having HIV. Like, they're still human beings, right? So whether you conflated them or not, neither group deserved to be called out in that way. I just think it was problematic. And honestly, I used to defend Dababy, but he lost me this weekend. He officially lost me forever.
Yeah. We've been very vocal here at Hollywood Unlocked about not supporting cancel culture. However, I'm kind of torn here because you do have to remove people from the community that are damaging for Black people. There's been so many rappers that have come out to say, the gay community can say whatever we want, but we can't. There's a difference here. There's a difference that I think people are missing. Gay people saying we want equality and to be treated the same as straight people is the same as Black people saying they want to be treated the same as white people. And I think that our community continues to miss that point. You can say whatever you want, but like I said before, dealing with my own personal matters, you can't say whatever you want without consequences. I think right now Dababy is figuring out really quickly how deep the pain that he caused and inflicted upon people who had nothing to do with his rant. He's now feeling that because he's lost his endorsement. My friends that own Boohoo Man, they have since parted ways with him. Several celebrities, including Dua Lipa and Elton John, a lot of mainstream people have come out and talking about it. He took to his Instagram to explain what he meant by it. And I think personally, the apology did more damage. Let me show you the apology. Take a look.
I say, if you don't got AIDS, put a cell phone light up. I say, if you ain't sucked in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights up. So I could drop my next song. I wasn't going on no rant. That's called a call to action. That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? Look, all the lights went up, gay or straight. You want to know why? Because even my gay fans don't got AIDS, stupid ass. They don't got AIDS. My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They ain't going for that. They ain't no nasty gay. See what I'm saying? They ain't no junkies. You know what I'm saying? On the street, the hell you talking about? Then I said, if you ain't sucked Rolling Loud parking lot, put your cell phone light up. You know what my gay fans did? Put that light up. Because my gay fans, they ain't going for that. They got class. They ain't sucking no parking lot. You got to get a room. good one, 5-star hotel for them. Or goddamn, yeah, you gotta wait till they go to the crib. They ain't just gonna be out here just doing no anything. Yeah, if they a fan of me, they on some big dog shit, just going for nothing. You know, even my gay fans got standards. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all bringing negative attention and energy upon yourselves, and the ones that's doing it is people who didn't even attend the show. So this don't concern y'all at all.
I was there. I attended the show. Do I believe he has this deep hatred for gays? No. I just think he says dumb. Like, there's at least over 20,000 people at Rolling Loud. Somebody might have AIDS or HIV. That doesn't make them dirty. That doesn't make them unsophisticated or whatever the hell he's trying to say. And for you to be a pop star, you're not just some trap rapper. You're a pop star. People make TikToks to your records. You're being played on pop stations. You have all types of fans. So what was the point? I don't really get the point of the call to action.
I was hoping that this could be a teachable conversation, but how do you teach somebody that spews that level of ignorance, right? I mean, you then went on to apologize, but the lack of humility made you go and further insinuate that people with HIV are dirty people. So you're saying that Billy Porter is a dirty, trashy person. I mean, I just think that the ignorance of the idea that you're not only disrespecting the gay community, because being gay does not equate to HIV or having AIDS, but there's also people who are straight in the same audience that you're performing in, who bought your tickets, who showed up for you, who may be struggling with this disease. I mean, it's just the audacity for him to disrespect so many people and to wake up this morning and now he's furthering the exacerbation of this entire situation by acting like it is what it is. Like, you can't cancel it. You know what I mean? Like, when can rappers be rappers and say what rappers want to say? Dua Lipa now has been called out by her fans. People are saying that she should take him off of her song. And the song Levitating is currently sitting at number 3 on the Billboard. And she took to her Instagram, and this is what she posted. Dua Lipa is saying, "I'm surprised and horrified at Dababy's comments. I really don't recognize this as a person I worked with. I know my fans know where my heart lies and that I stand 100% with the LGBTQ community. We need to come together to fight the stigma and ignorance around HIV/AIDS." Now, she hasn't removed the song, and people are calling her out and demanding that she remove the song. Do you guys think that the song should be removed?
I mean, how do we know she's not going through the steps? I think it takes a little bit of time to remove a song like that. I think her statement is actually even stronger than just removing the song, because some people could just remove the song and not say anything. She put out a very strongly worded statement. The reason why I don't have much to say about Dababy is because this is willful ignorance, right? If somebody's willing to learn, then yes, you have a discourse, you have a conversation, you try to show them the error of their ways. He has already shown us that he is willfully ignorant. And that's why I think I'm actually relieved that he's being dishonest, because we know that there are a lot of people who are like him, who are deeply problematic, have really outdated, like ugly views, but they lie and they give a fake apology. So I'm actually relieved that he's an idiot, because at least we know where his heart really is.
Well, let me plead with our community that's watching, specifically Black folks, right? We have to start tolerating people that don't look or live like us. That is what we've been talking about here at the show. I could spend a whole hour trying to tear Dababy down. I'm not going to do that. I want to speak directly to the people listening to the show, that are watching the show, or whatever. You're getting a clip of the show on Instagram. I'm talking to those of you that may share some ignorant views or views that lack education like Dababy. And hopefully you just see that there's an opportunity here for you to learn. Because I really feel, based on like what Blue said, like Dababy is gone. Like, he has shown that whatever cockiness or arrogance that he has from his little bit of celebrity, because he hasn't even had the tenure in this game yet for us to respect him the way we do with Jay-Z or other people. I just hope
Exactly.
that you are looking at this as an example of how not to keep your ignorance silent so you don't get canceled, but to expand your mind a little bit to understand that having HIV and AIDS does not equate to you having to be gay, or being gay does not mean you have to have HIV or AIDS. I am somebody who's proudly gay that does not have HIV, but if I was to have it, knock on wood that I don't get it, but if I was, I would want to educate people that there's normalcy to be having a disease that you can't control now, in terms of like, you got it, but you're still a human being with feelings. You still have family that love you. You still have a job. You still have a career. You still have influence and impact. You still have purpose, and you're still somebody that people should respect and care about. I don't know how else to get our community to understand that, because typically these type of lessons don't come unless you personally have that experience yourself. And Dababy, I know you're getting this sucked by all these females out here. You don't think they got something? You're more concerned about, the diseases you can get rid of that you could catch from like a chlamydia or something like that. But you may not be able to catch HIV from getting head, but you out here, I know everybody in the hip hop community is not, wearing protection. I just don't understand the level of ignorance. Elton John has come out of his cave and he's now sounded off. And this is what he has said. We've been shocked to read about the HIV misinformation and homophobic statements made at a recent Dababy show. This fuels stigma and discrimination and is the opposite of what our world needs to fight the AIDS epidemic. He went on to post facts that says, and this is what's important for all of you that are watching, the facts, because the facts matter. And Elton John dropped a receipt. This is what he said. He said HIV has affected over 70 million people globally, men, women, children, and the most vulnerable people in our communities. In America, a gay black man has a 50% lifetime chance of contracting HIV. Stigma and shame around HIV and homosexuality is a huge driver of this vulnerability. We need to break down the myths and judgments and not fuel these. He also goes on to say, homophobic and HIV mistruths have no place in our society and industry, and as musicians, we must spread compassion and love for the most marginalized people in our communities. A musician's job is to bring people together. Well, clearly he failed on this, and it's just embarrassing that this has happened.
Yeah, so everybody, I see people online responding, talking about what happened to freedom of speech. It was a time where rappers could say what they want. Here's the thing. When Dababy did that on stage, no one cut his performance. No one turned off the light. He had freedom of speech. But when you have freedom of speech, people have the freedom to react. So you can't get mad at the reaction to what you say. Whether you mean it or you just having an ignorant rant, whatever it is, I'm just surprised at how surprised he is that people actually have a feeling about what he said. What you said was ignorant, bro. Rather you have a hatred for people in the LGBTQ plus community or people with HIV or not, you said something ignorant. If I say something today on this platform that's ignorant, people have the right to respond. I can't get mad at them for not understanding what I was trying to say. So, bro, you gotta take it. You gotta take it how you gave it. That's all I have to say. Nobody cut his microphone. No one stopped him from saying what he wanted to say.
Well,
not only was he not sorry.
But let's also be clear, right? How many black women have HIV because they're around with a down low black man? And let's talk about what that looks like in our community, because half these rappers out here that are rappers talk about, yeah, me and all these bitches, y'all are laying next to your homeboy. We seen rappers in the news for messing around with trans women. I talked about this on my other show, that we know this is an issue that a lot of you are so afraid to come out in our community because of the fear and the stigmas that Dababy perpetuated at this concert. But let's be very clear. A lot of you rappers, you guys want freedom of speech. You want me to start unleashing the freedom of speech about how not all of you, a lot of you are DL. There are some rappers that I have given heads up to that somebody was going to put out a story on you because you got head by somebody or you had sex with somebody that you didn't want anybody to know about because you aren't showing the public who you are. So if you guys want freedom of speech to happen, do you want Hollywood Unlocked to start outing all of you? Because then what you gonna do? Try to have me killed because I tell people who you are at the Batcave on the low when the signal goes out that you're looking for some head and any mouth is a mouth? Let's stop playing this game, because you want freedom of speech when it benefits you and your bottom line, which is your bag, but you really don't want freedom of speech over here. You don't.
So I think what we're all speaking about is that famous saying, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. And I also want us to be really, really, really honest. Nobody misunderstood Dababy. This whole thing about we didn't understand what you were saying, nobody misunderstood it. It wasn't that brilliant or that convoluted or that complicated. We are understood you, and you're getting pushback that's very accurate. Also, hip hop was meant to give a voice to marginalized groups, and what you're doing is actually the opposite of hip hop. You're becoming a bully. You're actually the Bob or the Karen in the situation. You're not speaking on behalf of hip hop. Hip hop has never been about bullying people in marginalized groups. It's been about uplifting them, and you're doing the complete opposite. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, Demi Lovato, you know, she's a part of the LGBT community now. She's spoken out. She posted this on her Instagram. It says HIV is not a gay disease, along with Ace Slides breaking down Dababy's comments and dispelling the misinformation that he put out about the disease. Now, you know, it's interesting that the other thing that's happened is that all these black rappers like T.I. and Boosie are coming out, you know, saying that this is freedom of speech. And then all the white artists are coming out and saying, you're attacking your own people and you're attacking the marginalized community. So there's a duality to what's being displayed here in terms of who's standing for what. And I just want to say to the hip hop community, go back to the Biggie, the Jay-Z, the Tupac, all the greats, the Nas's who stand where Blue said what hip hop stands for, standing up for, you know, marginalized groups of people, whether it's women, black people, or the LGBT community. You're literally using your fame, your power that you think you have, and your freedom to just do whatever you believe. But guess what? That's why the buying community is here, and that's to keep you accountable. And I love to see what's happening. It's all happening organically. I know everybody is watching, including Lil Nas X, who's sitting on the side saying, while all of you are going down for being homophobic, you're continuing to push me up. And I have become a Lil Nas fan overnight because now I feel like we got to protect Lil Nas X because he has created a conversation with this dancing and kissing and videos that is making people uncomfortable. And you know, when you make people uncomfortable and you shake the apple cart, certain apples start to fall out. And I think that's what's really happening. So it's really interesting to see.